Welcome back to the Eclectic Collection. Today we have episode 73, Night of the Radishes. Dun dun dun. It actually sounds crazy, but I just kind of wanted to say it like that to be insane. So yeah, it's really a thing. Night of the Radishes, which is the translation for La Noche de los Rábanos, which let's start with if you are vegetable illiterate, a radish is simply a red and white veggie. And I like them. I grew up with them. Then again, I'm Italian. So they have tails. That sounds bad, but they grow in the ground and they have tails, so you pull them out by the greenery. But the actual radish itself is probably like as big as a quarter, and looks like a baby beet, but not as red like that. It's like a red candy cane red. We'll come back to that in a minute. And it has a unique taste. If you get a very big radish or a not terribly ripened radish, it's not quite ready yet, they can be a little bitter tasting. But generally speaking, it's a unique flavor, but they're benign. And you would put them in salads and stuff. And I always grew up with vinegar and oil and salt and pepper and yum, yum, yum. But if you never had a radish, that's what a radish is. Anyhow, every year on December 23rd, so right around Christmas, in Oaxaca, Mexico, so right in Mexico, they have this big display and they call it Night of the Radishes. And they prep for it obviously prior to, but it's a gigantic like floats, displays, different carvings, and they take radishes and they carve them up and they make scenes and they do nativity sets out of them and they do flowers and different arrangements. It's really cool. Google it if you're bored. Way to look at it. And it's big. Some of these are tabletop, some of these are life size, and some of them are just as big as a float like you would see at the Rose Bowl. It's insane, like what they can do, and very artisan work, artisanal work, and it's pretty cool. And they do it every year. So why radish? Well, I guess because in Mexico they probably are plentiful and grow all year because they have a different climate than we do. But it's also representative of the candy cane, so red and white, and the candy cane. So think about that. You have a shepherd cane staff looking object, and red is supposed to represent blood and white for peace. So supposed to be a nod to JC. So it's supposed to be the whole, Jesus was a shepherd of men kind of thing, and radish is obviously red and white and the same kind of hue of red and white. So interesting that they would use them. And again, worth googling. Take a look at the pictures. It's very cool. I think there are not just prizes involved, like who has the best or bragging rights, but I think there's like some sort of like the town itself does different prizes and things, and then of course it's on display, and there's different parts to it. But I'm not doing it justice for all that it has, but it's just kind of a neat tradition that most people probably don't know about, and it's one of those things that almost sounds like a horror movie. Where are you going tonight? Night of the Radishes, but it's worth checking out. So after years of teaching Spanish, I guess I just like to share that. The average person probably doesn't know that exists. Everybody knows Running of the Bulls on July 7th in Pamplona, or at least you should, but not that many people know about Night of the Radishes, except maybe people from Mexico. So hopefully I can share and give you a little cultural awareness and get the benefit of extra holiday season fun facts with my Cliff Clavin self. And if you like what you heard today, then check us out at eclecticcollectionpodcast.com or listen on your preferred platform. I'm Terry Tenaglia. Thanks for listening.